With the new ban list almost in effect, as well as the OCG metagame coming to the TCG, we're seeing prices heat up. So today's Market Watch, we're going over a few cards you should be picking up before they burst into flames. But real quick, hey, look at me real quick, hey. You see me? I see you. I love you, man. Share some love, drop that sub, and if you already have, share that video with your friends, because this is going to be a spicy Market Watch, because the first card in today's Market Watch is none other than Stygian Dirge, and that is from the Lost Art Promotion series. Now, Stygian Dirge is a continuous trap card that reduces the level of all your opponent's monsters by 1. So, it is actually incorporated in tons of side decks during Exceed heavy formats such as Sprite, and that was actually the last time we saw a nice hike in this card's price. Now, the ultra rares from this Lost Art promotion are extremely affordable as we look at them. So right now, if you spend $2.80 up to about $3, you can actually get yourself an ultra rare Stygian Dirge. But the reason we're pushing this video out sooner rather than later is because after just a few of those prices of $3, we see quite the hike to $10 a piece for one Stygian Dirge from the Lost Art Ultra series, okay? And that is quite alarming, given that there are also only 9 listings for this card. So we're seeing there's not a lot of options if you're trying to pick up the ultra rare for the Stygian Dirge. And going into the future, this is definitely a card we will be seeing side decked again and again, especially since the TCG has hit all of their floodgates. Players are trying to find other floodgates to play, and Stygian Dirge is right up their alley. And the other thing that makes this interesting with the price is when we're looking at the Ultra, as well as the Duelist League promo, that we see these prices have actually been much higher than what the Ultra is right now in the past. And like I said, during that nice Sprite phase, we saw that this card was about $5 a piece, even about $4 on their lows, and then a year ago it was well over $7, $8 a piece for the commons. So seeing that the Ultra is actually $3 a piece and then it just shoots right up to 10 after those are sold, this is a card to be on the lookout for, especially if you can get it closer to that $3 mark. So definitely be picking up the Ultra Lost Art versions of Stygian Dirge before the price spikes. And now it's time to cool it down a little bit with the card players are looking at, but not this version, and that is Artifact Lancia, the Prismatic Collector Rare. Now, Artifact Lancia has been making its way into plenty of the OCG side decks, and that will probably be incorporated over in the TCG once we receive all the fire support, such as Bonfire and Populace. That is when our side decks will start reflecting a little bit more of the OCG, and I do believe we're going to be seeing Lancia incorporated as well. Now, the Prismatic Collector Rares are actually extremely affordable. They're literally $1.75 before the shipping. So $2.75, less than $3, will get you one Artifact Lancia as a Collector Rare. Now, what is also interesting is we did see a huge spike in the quarter century secret rare Lancias already. So they were about $8 a piece, maybe a little bit unders, and now they're sitting at a comfortable $23, $24, okay? So that is actually something to be looking at when we talk about these collector rares. Because as players start blinging out their deck, and maybe they don't want to shell out $60, $70 for a set of Lancias, they might go for the next best thing, and that is definitely the collector rare, okay? So $3 and less gets you a Lancia, and honestly, in the future, we could definitely be seeing an increase in that price. Now, this last one on today's list is honestly a personal favorite and a favorite to the channel, and that is because he's a cat, he's a king, he's a Nico Main King. Now, Nico Main King has actually seen quite the drop in price. Whenever tier limits as well as those dark worlds did come out, we saw the common spike completely out of this world, and it was honestly all the copies of this card as commons. But then as the OTS 20 rolled around, we saw all those prices go down, especially as decks stopped teching them, they stopped maining them, they stopped siding them. So once people stopped playing the Nico Main King, the prices completely plummeted. So when we go over the prices of the super rare Nico Main King from the OTS Pack 20, we're actually seeing some startling results, because they're literally like 30 cents, okay? Yeah, so it's like 30 cents, 34 cents, 36 cents. Oh yeah, we're getting into the big baller mode, 38 to 40 cents. So if you're wanting some super rare Nico main kings, this is definitely a time to be picking up the playset. They are literally not a nothing. You literally get a playset for less than $1, okay? Less than $2 if you tack on that shipping. And why this price is so stunning is because when you look at the other versions of Nico Main King in the past, especially when they were being used, we are actually seeing them above like $5 a piece, okay? And again, there were commons and there were a lot of them. So given that all the commons saw that drastic of an increase in price, is actually why we're talking about the super rare now. Yes, there's a lot of them on the market. Yes, they are extremely affordable, but again, whenever we see Nico Main King come into a format as a side deck option, just allowing you to shut down the opponent's turn right then and there, we're going to see prices spike, especially for the super rare version. So guys, this is a card that might not be eyeballed now, might not be looked at for quite some time. It really does take sometimes years for this card to be seeing playability again, but when it does, it will see justice in the marketplace. So definitely have yourself a few holo copies of Nico Main King. And guys, that is today's Market Watch. We wanted to push it out rather quickly given the issue with the Stygian Dirges, and hopefully we can all acquire some of those rather affordably. But if you got anything from the video or keep finding your way back to the channel, do drop that sub. We really appreciate all those that do. If you already have, share the videos with your friends, please. And if there's any cards you want us to talk about, please comment them down below. But as always, guys, we're gonna have some videos flashing up. And most importantly, stay safe, have a good night, and suck it, nerds.